Okay, guys. As I promised you, I'm gonna record this video, so I just want to help you to solve the problems, right? The main thing is when you have a triangle and you have all the sides, like this situation implies side, 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 right? I mentioned in class this many times. So how can you do side, side, side? If they're asking for area, right? In this instruction, they're asking you by area. You have to compute. You have to use the Heron's formula because that's what they're asking you. They want area. So this is not big deal. You just compute Heron's formula, which is semi-perimeter A equals A plus B plus C divided by 2. S is called a semi-perimeter, okay? Okay, so in this case, I mean, those letters, they don't exactly match with the ones that you have in this particular triangle, but A plus B plus C are just sides. So A is a side of the triangle, B is also a side, and C is also a side. So you have to keep that in mind. So this is not big deal. The only thing you need to do is just substitute what you have. So let's say that A equals 6, B equals 4, and C equals 5. The only thing you need to do is plug it in the formula, right? So this is 6 plus 4 plus 5 divided by 2. So this is 15 divided by 2, right? And this is 7.5. That's it. That's the only thing you need to do. Now you need to compute the area, right? This is part of Heron's formula. So, okay, so this is S minus A, S minus B, S minus C. Just plug the values that you have. So you just found S, right? S is right here. So this is S. Just plug it in. So this is 7.5. 7.5 minus 6, 7.5 minus 4, and 7.5 minus 5, right? The only thing you need to do is compute this thing. So you can do this really fast. This is 7.5 minus 6, that's 1.5. This is 3.5, right? Because 7.5 minus 4 is 3.5. And this is 2.5, right? 7.5 minus 5, that's 0.5. And then if you calculate this, you get your answer, right? So you can put in your calculator, you can do by you can compare into fractions, you can do whatever you want. 7.5 times 1.5 times 3.5 times 2.5, the square root of that. You should get something about 9 something, all right? So this is 9 point, they say, I think they said round to the nearest, let me see what they said in the instruction. Round to the nearest tenth. Okay, so tenth, it means, where am I? Here. Round to the nearest 10, right? That means I have 9.92, so that means that this is 9.9. And the units are square yards, right? That's it, done. That is that simple, okay? That's how you do when you have side, side, side. Okay? It's not big deal if you understand what semi-perimeter means, and then recall that A is a side, right? It can be any side, right? You can call this side 1 if you don't want to confuse your side 2, side 3, right? Okay, I hope that makes sense. Now the other case is when you have the, what is it? Let's see. This one, right? The other case is like this one. Let me take this copy, and then I hope you can, because these are the only 2 cases in this worksheet. So if you can do this, then you're fine, right? Let me erase this thing. Okay, so this is the other case, right? So here, you can do, you need to find, we need to use this formula, right? Because this is sine, angle, sine. And you might say, why sine, angle, sine? Because they give you an angle, right? Actually, they give you 2 angles here. But you need to find this angle, this part CA, right? Which, remember, if you confuse at any point what these letters stand for, remember, across capital A is lowercase a, across capital B is little b, and across big C is little c, right? So this is little c in other words, right? So in order to compute this, either you find little a or you find little b, because you have two angles here, right? So you can use this angle or this angle. It's up to you. Let's see what's gonna happen, right? Because first of all, I need to find either a or b. Let's say I want to find what's a, right? So I use the law of sines. You have to recall what's the law of sines, right? Law of sines. Sine a over a, sine b over b, sine c over c. However, when you're computing this, you don't need to actually like use the three ratios. You just need two ratios, right? That's what I explained in class. So you just need to compute two of them, not three. This is just a formula, right? So now, how can I use this? So if I want, like I said, right, I'm gonna solve for a. So this is sine 18, because the angle in between is 18, and then this is little a over sine. Let's use c, right? Because I have in C, let's see. Oh, I can find this angle too. C is, remember the sum of the angles inside any triangle is 180, right? So if you have 118, you subtract that from 118 from 180 and you get 62, right? Because 62 plus 18, that's 80, and plus 100 is 180, right? So this is what, sine 62 over 12. Now I have only one unknown, as you can see here. So you can solve that. So this is 12 sine 18 equals a sine 62. Divide both sides by sine 62 because we're trying to solve for a, right? And when you compute this, you get a equals whatever that is. So this is 12 times sine 18 divided by sine 'Let me change my calculator because I'm in radian mode. That's the reason. One second. Yeah. So 12 sine 18. You get this number and divide by. Let me do everything at once because I don't want to confuse. So sine 62, and you get 4.1998. I keep 4 decimal places just to play safe, right? I always tell you that. So this is what I have for a, or for little a, right? So this a is equal to 4.1988. So now I need to, they want me to find the angle, right? So at this point I can find the angle because I have two sides and an angle in between. The angle I have in between is this 100. So I can use the law of sine. I mean the law, the formula 1/2, right? Area of a triangle using the oblique triangle formula, right? Which is area equals 1/2 AB sine C, right? And it's the derivations, right? We have not just 1/2 ABC, we have area equals 1/2 BC sine A, and then we have area equals 1/2 AC sine B, right? So you can use either case depending on the situation that you are encountering. So don't think too much about what's A, B, which one should I use, this one, or that one. This is just notation. Don't worry about this thing. The only thing you need to remember is that what are the sides that are, what included angle is between the two sides, right? So the sides that I'm gonna use, as I mentioned, or as I show you, or as I tell you, are this and this, right? So these are the two sides that I'm using. So this is not big deal. The only thing I need to use is area equals, remember, those are the sides, 1/2, what happened? 1/2 AC sine B, right? So area equals 1/2. Little a is 4.1988. C is 12, and then sine 100, right? So if you compute this, you get what? 6 times all this calculation, right? This is just computation. So let's do that. So this is that times 1988 times sine 100. And you get 24.81. That's, remember, they say round to the nearest tens, right? So this is going to be just this thing. And the units is square centimeters, right? So that's it. That's your answer. That's how you do it. I hope this makes sense. Okay. If it doesn't make sense, just rewatch it and watch it again, because all the problems will be the same. It doesn't matter how many of them I do, it will be the same exact thing. I have to do the same exact process. Yeah, that's how you do it. This one is more difficult because I have to use the law of sines, and then I have to use the area of the triangle, right? So this is why you have to remember these things, right? You have to remember. And if you understand those two problems I did, then you should be fine. Okay, let me see. Yeah, here I have more examples, but you need to worry about this thing for now. This is the example that we were doing in class, right, today. So that's fine. I'm gonna. I hope you understand these problems. Okay, that's it. Have a good night. Bye.